Hi, I'm Alexis. I used to think the worst part of my divorce from Eric would be the paperwork, or maybe explaining to our 8-year-old daughter Lily why Daddy doesn't live with us anymore. Turns out, the worst part was his family, specifically his sister, Miranda. Mommy, can we get ice cream after school? Lily asked, bouncing in her booster seat as I drove toward Franklin Elementary. We'll see, sweetie. Depends on how quickly we can get through pickup. I adjusted my rearview mirror, catching her hopeful expression. Did you finish that science project? Almost. Miss Peterson gave us extra time because Joey spilled water all over his volcano. I laughed. That sounds like a disaster. It was epic. Her enthusiasm made everything brighter. The pickup line at Franklin Elementary was always a nightmare, a snake of minivans and SUVs winding around the block. I joined the queue, checking my watch. 20 minutes early, but still 30 cars ahead of me. My phone buzzed with a text from my best friend, Rachel. Still on for coffee tomorrow? I texted back. Wouldn't miss it, she replied. How are things with the ex's family? I sighed. Eric's family had taken the divorce personally, especially his sister Miranda. She'd been sending nasty texts for months, calling me a gold digger despite the fact that I was the one who'd put Eric through his MBA program. Same old drama, I replied to Rachel. Miranda's still on her crusade. The line inched forward. I was nearing the front when my phone rang. Eric. Hello? I answered, keeping my voice neutral for Lily's sake. Alexis, did you tell Lily she couldn't come to my parents' anniversary party? His voice was tight with accusation. What? No, of course not. We agreed she'd be there. Well, Miranda said, since when do you believe everything Miranda says? She's been trying to drive a wedge between us since day one. That's not fair. She's just protective. Protective is one thing. Sending me threatening texts is another. She wouldn't do that, he said dismissively. The pickup line moved forward. I was 3 cars from the front when I spotted her. Miranda, standing by the school entrance, scanning the line of cars. My stomach dropped. Eric, why is your sister at Lily's school? What? I don't know what you're talking about. She's standing right in front of me. Did you send her to pick up Lily? Because that's not happening. No, I didn't. I hung up as the car ahead of me pulled away. When I reached the pickup point, I rolled down my window to give Lily's name to the teacher. Before I could speak, Miranda stormed over. I'm here for Lily, she announced, leaning into my window. Absolutely not. You're not on the approved pickup list. Her face contorted. My brother has custody today. No, he doesn't. Check the calendar. You're a liar, she hissed, loud enough for Lily to hear from the back seat. You've turned my niece against our entire family. Miranda, this isn't the place. You ruined my brother's life. Her voice rose sharply. The teacher supervising pickup, Miss Chen, approached. Is everything okay here? This woman is harassing me, I explained. She's not authorized to pick up my daughter. You think you're so perfect, Miranda snarled, suddenly reaching through my window and grabbing my hair. You'll pay for what you did to Eric. The next moments were chaos. Miranda yanking my hair while I struggled to push her away, Miss Chen shouting for help, and Lily screaming from the back seat. 2 male teachers rushed over and pulled Miranda back, but not before she'd scratched my face and torn my blouse. Call the police, Miss Chen yelled to another teacher. Miranda struggled against the teachers holding her. This isn't over, Alexis. You think you can turn everyone against us? You haven't seen anything yet. As security escorted Miranda away, Miss Chen leaned into my window. Are you okay? Do you need medical attention? I touched my cheek, my fingers coming away with traces of blood. I'm okay, but I need to check on my daughter. In the back seat, Lily was sobbing, her small body trembling. It's okay, baby, I said, my voice shaking despite my best efforts. Everything's going to be okay. But as the school security guard approached with a first aid kit and a police officer not far behind, I knew nothing about this situation was okay, and it was time to do something about it. So she just attacked you? Right there in the pickup line? Rachel passed me a cup of tea the next morning. We sat in my kitchen, Lily safely at school after I'd arranged for a different pickup location. grabbed my hair through the car window and scratched my face. I touched the bandage on my cheek, all while screaming that I'd ruined Eric's life. That's assault, Alexis. Tell me you pressed charges. I did. The police took statements from me and 3 school staff members. Good. What did Eric say? He called last night claiming I provoked her. Said I must have said something to set her off. You've got to be kidding me. I wish. He said, Miranda wouldn't just attack someone for no reason. Except she did. And there are witnesses. My phone buzzed. A text from Detective Porter, who'd taken my statement yesterday. The detective wants to meet this afternoon. Miranda's been released on bail. An hour later, I sat across from Principal Watkins at the school. Mrs. Reynolds, we're taking this incident very seriously, she said. I've reviewed the security footage myself. She turned her computer monitor toward me. The footage clearly showed Miranda as the aggressor, lunging through my window unprovoked. We've provided copies to the police, Principal Watkins explained. And we've permanently banned Miss Jensen from school property. Thank you. I'm concerned about Lily's safety. Understandably, we've updated her file to restrict pickup to only you and your emergency contacts. No exceptions. Later, at the police station, Detective Porter reviewed my statement. Miss Jensen claims you threatened her first, he said, watching my reaction. That's a lie. I have the security footage. Which I've reviewed, he confirmed. It supports your version entirely. Rachel, sitting beside me, squeezed my hand. So what happens now? Miss Jensen has been charged with assault. There's a temporary restraining order in place, but you should consider filing for a permanent one. I absolutely will. There's something else, Detective Porter added, his expression grave. We checked Miss Jensen's phone. She sent you numerous threatening messages over the past 3 months. Yes, I've saved them all. Good. Because we also found messages between her and your ex-husband that are concerning. My heart sank. What kind of messages? Discussions about taking your daughter without permission? Plans to build a case against you using fabricated evidence? Rachel gasped. That's conspiracy. We're taking this very seriously. I recommend speaking with a family law attorney immediately. As we left the station, my phone rang. Eric. We need to talk about what you're doing to my sister, he snapped. You mean the consequences of her assaulting me in front of our daughter? Or the conspiracy between you two that the police just told me about? There was a long pause. What are you talking about? What conspiracy? The police have your text messages, Eric. All of them. The ones where you and Miranda plan to take Lily from me using fake evidence. That's not... You don't understand. Save it for your attorney, I said, hanging up. What are you going to do? Rachel asked. Exactly what Detective Porter suggested. I'm going to talk to my lawyer, file for a permanent restraining order against Miranda, and revisit our custody arrangement. It's time to protect myself and Lily properly. The courthouse hallway felt cold despite the summer heat outside. My lawyer, Diana Patel, reviewed our documents one last time before the hearing. You have the text messages, the security footage, witness statements, and the police report, she confirmed. We're well prepared, Alexis. I nodded, spotting Eric and Miranda entering with their attorney, a slick-looking man in an expensive suit. Miranda's eyes locked with mine, her expression venomous. Remember, Diana whispered. Don't engage. Let them make mistakes. Eric approached us while his sister and lawyer hung back. Alexis, this has gone too far. Can we talk privately? Absolutely not, Diana interjected. Any communication can go through me. I just want 5 minutes with my wife. Ex-wife, I corrected him. Fine. Ex-wife. This doesn't need to be so complicated. Your sister assaulted me in front of our daughter, Eric. She's been threatening me for months, and apparently you've been helping her. How is that not complicated? Those texts were taken out of context. We were just venting. Venting about kidnapping my child and fabricating evidence against me? That's quite specific. Eric's face flushed. You're blowing this way out of proportion. Miranda made a mistake. She lost her temper. She assaulted me. She's family, Alexis. She's Lily's aunt. And that excuses violence? She's sorry. We're both sorry. His voice softened, adopting the conciliatory tone he always used when trying to manipulate me. For Lily's sake, can't we just move past this? No, Eric, we can't. Your sister is dangerous, and you've shown you can't be trusted with our daughter's safety. His expression hardened. So that's it? You're going to use one incident to try to take my daughter away? I'm using a pattern of threatening behavior, an actual assault, and conspiracy between you and your sister to ensure my daughter's safety. You'll regret this, he said, his voice low. You think you can turn my daughter against me? Diana stepped between us. Mr. Reynolds, I suggest you return to your attorney. Any threats will be noted in our court record. As Eric walked away, Miranda broke free from her lawyer and charged toward me. You vindictive bitch, she shouted. You've been planning this all along. Court security officers immediately moved to intercept her. Ma'am, step back now. She's trying to destroy our family. Miranda continued yelling as the officers held her back. She's poisoning Lily against us. The judge's clerk emerged from the courtroom, alarmed by the commotion. What's going on here? The respondent in our restraining order case just violated the temporary order, Diana explained calmly. Miranda struggled against the security officers. This is all a setup. She provoked me at the school too. Get her out of here, the clerk ordered the officers. And inform Judge Harmon of this incident immediately. As they escorted Miranda away, her lawyer looked mortified, while Eric stood frozen in shock. 20 minutes later, we sat in the courtroom. Judge Harmon, a no-nonsense woman in her 60s, reviewed our evidence while occasionally glancing at Miranda, who'd been allowed to return under close supervision. Miss Jensen, the judge finally said, your behavior today doesn't help your case. The evidence against you is substantial, including security footage that clearly shows you as the aggressor in the school incident. Your Honor, Miranda's lawyer began. My client acknowledges her lapse in judgment, but maintains that there has been a pattern of provocation. Save it, counselor. I've reviewed the text messages Miss Jensen sent to the plaintiff. They are unambiguously threatening. Judge Harmon turned to me. Mrs. Reynolds, I'm granting your request for a permanent restraining order. Miss Jensen must remain at least 500 feet from you, your home, your workplace, and your daughter's school at all times. Relief washed over me as the judge continued. Furthermore, I'm referring this case to the district attorney for potential criminal charges beyond the initial assault charge. The evidence of conspiracy between Miss Jensen and Mr. Reynolds is concerning. Eric paled visibly. Your Honor, Diana said, rising. Given this evidence, we'd also like to request an emergency modification to the existing custody arrangement. Judge Harmon nodded. I'm scheduling that hearing for tomorrow morning. Until then, I'm issuing a temporary order granting Mrs. Reynolds sole physical custody. Mr. Reynolds may have supervised visitation only. As we left the courtroom, Eric caught up to us in the hallway, his face a mask of desperation. Alexis, please, you can't do this to me. I'll make sure Miranda stays away. I'll do anything. For a moment, I almost felt sorry for him. Almost. You should have thought about that before conspiring with your sister against me and endangering our daughter. I made a mistake. People make mistakes. Some mistakes can't be undone, Eric. I turned to leave. Alexis, I'm begging you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I looked back at him one last time. Your apology means nothing to me. Not anymore. 3 months later, I sat with Rachel at our favorite cafe, watching Lily on the nearby playground. I still can't believe Miranda only got probation and community service, Rachel said, stirring her latte. The restraining order and mandatory anger management were more important to me, I replied. And her permanent record. What about Eric? Sticking to the supervised visitation? Surprisingly, yes. His lawyer made it clear that any violation would mean losing even that. And the conspiracy charges? Dropped in exchange for his testimony against Miranda. But the family court judge took those texts very seriously. Rachel watched Lily on the jungle gym. How's she doing? Better with therapy, Dr. Martinez says kids are resilient, but witnessing violence leaves marks. My phone buzzed with a text from my lawyer. Eric filed to modify the custody arrangement again. Again? That's the third time. He's persistent. I'll give him that. Are you worried? I shook my head. Not really. The judge has been consistent. Unless I do something wrong, supervised visitation is the best Eric can hope for. As we prepared to leave, I spotted Eric's mother, Catherine, approaching cautiously. Alexis, I hope I'm not intruding. That depends on why you're here. She glanced at Lily. I wanted to apologize for my family's behavior. I should have stepped in long ago, but I believed what Eric and Miranda were telling me. I saw the security video at court. There was no denying what happened. I appreciate that, I said carefully. But words need to be backed by actions. I understand. I've told Eric I won't support any more of his custody petitions. And I've cut ties with Miranda until she gets help. After Catherine left, Rachel squeezed my shoulder. Are you okay? Yeah, I called to Lily, who came running over. Time to go, sweetie. Was that Grandma? Lily asked. Yes, it was. Will I see her again someday? I lifted Lily into my arms. Maybe someday, when the time is right. That evening, after Lily was asleep, my phone buzzed with a text from Eric. Please reconsider the custody petition. I've changed. I didn't respond. Some bridges, once burned, can't be rebuilt, nor should they be. Instead, I texted Diana. Let's proceed as planned. No changes to the current arrangement. Rachel called a moment later. Tough seeing Catherine today? Actually, it made me realize something. What's that? That I'm finally free. Not just legally, but emotionally. I don't hate them anymore. I don't feel anything for them at all. That's called healing, my friend. I smiled, looking up at the stars. Yeah, I guess it is. So, what's next for Alexis Reynolds? I'm not sure yet, I replied, feeling a peace I hadn't experienced in years. But for the first time in a long time, I'm excited to find out. Have you ever had to stand your ground to protect yourself or someone you love? Sometimes the greatest revenge isn't about getting even. It's about reclaiming your power and moving forward on your own terms.